Once I see paint coming out of the prime, then I know that she's ready to go to spray. Now, right now, it's pouring paint from here, and when we see paint come out of here, then we can go to spray. See, there's the paint, right? Now we go to spray. Now, obviously there's water in this line, so this is spray, and this is a reversible tip. So I've got it like that. I'm gonna run it in reverse until I get paint. Putting it on the side of the bucket will reduce the chance for the paint to splash back in my face. Once I see paint coming out of the spray tip, then I can reverse the tip, put it on spray, and we're good to go. It's 50 feet of hose, so it takes a few minutes. Okay, now I've got paint to the nozzle of the paint sprayer. Okay, you'll notice right here, we've got bits of rock, but we've also got the rubble and debris created as erosion takes place. I'm gonna just paint all of this base coat, focusing mainly on the big pieces, because all these little pieces and rubble and stuff will be painted a little bit differently. And the important thing when you're painting is you wanna get all the cracks. Real important to get it all. So you gotta turn your gun a lot and shoot up and down and all these crazy angles. Because if I was to paint, for example, this piece right here, like say that way, beautiful, 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 beautiful. No paint is going here. Now in some instances I may want that because I want a different color here than I do there, but in this case I want the base coat to be everywhere. So we just gotta make sure that we hold the gun at all these different angles to get in there. Cracks like that. The gun really gets us a nice thick opaque base coat, which is what I want in this instance. So now when I'm over here on this side, I can see all the places that were missed because I was spraying in this direction. Now I gotta come back and spray in this direction. There are times, however, when you want to keep that, load the gun with a different color and spray in this direction. Then I've got different facets that are painted different colors. So we're not doing that. That's a different DVD.
Now what's happening here is me just doing some sponge work. I'm using sea sponges because they're chaotic, and then when I use them to put the paint, I am sometimes using them in a dry capacity or a wet capacity. Now as you look at this rubble pile, you can see that there's peaks and valleys. Now with the sponge, if I drag it across the rockwork, I'm picking up all the peaks, but if I squeeze the paint out, it allows me to fill the valleys. So I like the versatility of the sponges. It helps me be a more effective painter.
When you're doing this kind of iron leaching and mineral deposits and stuff like that, if the paint is mixed 1-to-1 with water, then the chances of the paint running away using the water as a vehicle, the chances of it going away are much more greater. If you were to mix the paint, for instance, 2 parts paint to 1 part water, then your paint will stay in place a little more nicer, but then it will dry also a lot faster. So there's pros and cons. Thicker paint is going to dry faster and bleed less, and then thinner paint will run faster and disappear. So you got to find that happy medium depending on the weather. You've seen the weather here, it's very overcast, there's a lot of moisture in the air, so that's why I'm dealing with it the way I am right now. You just got to keep an eye on it. Really got to keep an eye on it. But this is pretty nice here, I'm very happy with that. I'm just really enjoying the looks we've got here of the decomposed granite. The grittiness of the speckling, the bleeding of the iron, the highlighting of the colors that we put in there. It's really looking good and realistic. And that's what we want. You know, you're simulating nature. And we've got it right here. This is absolutely wonderful. So this is part of the chaos theory that I'm explaining to you guys. It's been my mantra throughout this DVD. The rock will paint itself. You just got to put the colors down and let it do its thing. Things we got to be controlling about are like where the gray meets this. We want to keep that separate. But things like this, I just put the color on there and let the paint do its thing. You know, I can't tell you how to put paint right here and how to put paint there and how to make it do this. It dances all on its own. It does its own thing, it has its own rhythm. All I'm doing is just laying the color down, putting the water up there, and watching the magic. So when you guys look at this reference photo, you're seeing the transition of the peat moss, what we're using here, but you're seeing it in a horizontal value. It's horizontal. So you can see the top of the rock is a little darker here. We've got a band of our peat moss because we're displacing the color that we're applying, and we're protecting the color that already exists. So we're going from a dark to a light, and the transition occurs in here. So as I'm spraying the darker color on the top, I'm not going all the way through, I'm maintaining it, which is similar to what we have here. Notice on this picture, the top of the rock is darker, and then there's a subtle transition right down to the lighter. And if you look at it, I think we're getting very, very close. So I think we're doing a good job. I'm very happy. And we're just going to continue this. I just wanted to let you guys know that the references are critical to a successful project, really. You should always use references, because after a while, the references become ingrained in your mind, and then you can begin to expand on them. But in the beginning, don't guess at your rock work. Follow your references, and you know, you're in the business of simulation. Just knocking down the Adobe beige. It's a little too strong for my taste, so I'm just gonna speckle it and just make it a little less pronounced than it is. It's quite a stark contrast, and I just want to make that go away. We're just knocking it down a bit. Same what we're gonna do back in here. Just want to do a little bit of erasing. And I'm doing erasing with my color, my black.